got back from Afghanistan August of 2003. Came on leave beginning of September. Went to Rulabul with a couple of friends of mine because I'd been in the National Guard before I went active duty. So, we were talking about stuff, and they kind of understood, even though they hadn't deployed yet. They did in the next few years. Some guy sitting next to us, eavesdropping, and finally starts talking to me. He's like, you just get back from Iraq? I'm like, no, I was in Afghanistan. There's still a war going on there. I know it's not in the news anymore, but still there. And then, I used to have the high and tight going on back then. He's like, oh, so you're in the Marine Corps? I'm like, no, I'm in the Army. We also have short hair. His third question, did you kill anybody? I didn't know what to say. I mean, I would never go up to a stranger and ask them a question like that. So at first I just kind of, don't want to talk about it. Years later, I started developing a kind of a response like, yeah. And some of them are even adults. That freaks people out.
Yeah. The folks that you lose, you stay in touch with their families all the rest of their lives.
Karen, I think it's you.
Army relationships are an interesting thing. And I think that because I was in Desert Shield and Desert Storm, and Desert Shield wasn't combat, it was pre-combat. My husband deployed to Desert Storm, or Desert Shield, while I was in a leadership class. And when I came out of that class, he was gone. I had no apartment. He was deployed. I had no vehicles. It didn't seem to matter because I deployed about a week later. And when I got in country, I really wanted to find him. I bugged my first sergeant, as I knew that the war was drawing closer and closer. I just kept asking, can I go see him? Can I go see him? Can I find him? I kind of figured out where his unit was. And he finally let me take a Humvee and a male soldier and go find him. And he said, be back in 2 hours. We hop in the Humvee, and security is tight on the airbase. We're getting searched. We're held up. And I'm running out of time. And I'm thinking, shit, I got to see him. I know the war is going to start, and I'm afraid I'm never going to see him again. So finally we get through the airbase. We pull up, and I jump out of this moving Humvee, and I'm running around. Where's Specialist McGehee? Where's Specialist McGehee? Everybody's pointing, oh, he's in that tent. He's in that tent. So I went running over there, and I burst into the tent. It was full of guys, and I looked at my husband, and I said, we have 10 minutes. Every guy in that tent stood up and walked out.
Airborne.
All the way.
Is this actually you, Mike?
No,
This is a training film.
Oh, okay, just training.
It's called the 250-foot tower.
A mighty Ungawa.
Yeah.
Fort Benning, Georgia.
Well, three out of 5 of us up here are airborne. Mike and Karen and myself. So we went through jump school, obviously at different times, but the stories are always the same.
Yep.